පේන්ට් කරන්න සහාය අවශ්‍යද? පේන්ටි TC ගයිඩ් එකක් නොමිලේම ලබා ගන්න මිස් කෝල් එකක් විතරක්ම දෙන්න.
A group of investors who came to Sri Lanka to participate in Sri Lanka's Green Energy Summit met with President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the President's office last afternoon.
The agreement with IMF has two advantages for us. One, we are restructuring the debt. Secondly, it should unleash the growth potentials of Sri Lanka. Getting on to our growth potential of the areas we've identified, one of the largest areas for growth and in the short term also is renewable energy. In addition to it, the potential for basically the green hydrogen. It's a question of how do we exploit it, what are the investments, and in that it will be a field that is open to private investors, both local and foreign. And in the next 2 months, the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Energy, and the Climate Change Office will be announcing the new policies on the green economy and on renewables. The potential is big, and Sri Lanka wants to be one of the first in Asia to be in this field because we have to use our natural advantages and certainly renewable energy falls into it. You all are those who have had the experience of investing in green energy projects. So when you look at Sri Lanka, remember that we will also be linked to South India, looking at the synergies of South India, not only in renewable and energy, but in other forms. We have already discussed Indian Oil of having their pipeline from India straight into Trincomalee. But we also see Trincomalee as a potential port for green hydrogen. That's the closest port to the north, which has the bulk of green hydrogen, renewable energy, wind power in Sri Lanka. So all this means opportunities, all means development, and development which means that the Sri Lanka economy expands and at the same time you invest money and you get a good return on your investment. So we will look at how we accelerate the investment procedures and get through quickly.
How you can secure that Sri Lanka will stay as stable as possible, which is obviously one of the key issues for investors as well.
We've gone through a really bad period, and that's the best instance that Sri Lanka will stay stable. We will not want to go back. But to go ahead, IMF agreement alone is a 4-year one. And I am putting this agreement out to Parliament, and I will legislate what is there in the IMF agreement for our fiscal rules that will come in. So that keeps the first 4 years and you go along the path. But there will be other legislation also that will set the path. The government won't have the discretion of saying tomorrow we are going to have a new system. The faster that we show results, the more people will not want the system to change.
Sri Lanka has an ambition for being carbon neutral itself, but then are you looking at trading the surplus carbon credits, if at all you do have a vision for trading carbon credits?
We do trade in carbon credit and we have an advantage there, so why not use it?
Are you looking by any chance to create an exchange or a compliance market, if at all that is something on your mind?
Something we are talking about, how we do it, whether Sri Lanka would be viable or whether it look elsewhere, but it's in our minds.
I think it requires...
I think best is for you all to tell us what exactly should be the procedures and what is the business environment to expect, because we can, if necessary, bring in legislation which will govern the renewable energy sector and the green economy. It may be best to lay down the rules and we can pass separate legislation governing them. We want to be one of the first countries in this field, and therefore we must have the legal framework to go in and the administrative framework